Celebrating a new season at Cape May Stage. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me this hour is Roy Steinberg. He's the artistic director for Cape May Stage. Thanks for being with us. Good to see you.
My pleasure. Good to see you again.
You have an exciting season, but before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about some recent awards and tell us a little bit about the theater itself.
Well, we're so thrilled that we were nominated for the People's Choice Award for the favorite equity theater in the entire state of New Jersey. And what's so exciting about it is we're the only theater in the southern part of the state so nominated. And we're nominated with other terrific theaters like the McCarter in Princeton and the Paper Mill Playhouse that have a lot more money, and they're a lot bigger theaters than we are. So we feel thrilled to be in their company. The theater has been around for 22 years. And we bring actors from Broadway and from Hollywood. I came just 2 years ago. And we have brought actors, directors, designers from, as I said, from Broadway and from Los Angeles, and people are always shocked. Just the other night, a patron came to me and said, you know, I saw this little church and I was expecting to find folding chairs and thought it was going to be a community theater or maybe slightly better than that. And this is like a Broadway show. And I said, yeah, it is. And at once upon a time, it was folding chairs, and we've renovated the theater, so it's a state-of-the-art theater now.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the other opportunities, and then we'll quickly get to this season. You have subscriptions available. You also have dinner and a show. Mm-hmm.
The Dinner and a Show program is an opportunity for patrons to go to various restaurants, and of course Cape May has some of the finest dining on the shore, and they get a discounted ticket to the theater. So they call the restaurant directly, and the restaurant calls us, and we pair a kind of a package. So it's a great way to see a show for less money. And subscriptions offer you 15% off. So you can not only get 15% off, but sit in the same seat each time, which is really kind of wonderful.
Now let's get into this new season, because you have laughs, you have tearjerkers. I mean, it's across the board in terms of what we can see. Say Goodnight, Gracie, based on the life of George Burns.
Yes, we did it 2 years ago, and it was so popular that we turned 40 people away every night. And in fact, some of my board members couldn't get a chance to see it. So people begged me to bring it back, and we have the same actor who did it on Broadway, Joel Rooks. He took over for Frank Gorshin. When I first thought of doing it, I tried to get the script, and it wasn't available, and the rights were not available. But I know Joel. I've worked with him for years. I was a TV producer for many years. And I asked Joel, how do I get the rights? And he gave me the name of the Broadway producer. And he said, as long as Joel's doing it, I'll give you the rights. And Joel said, if you're throwing a bicycle, it's a deal. So I got him a bicycle, and he came back.
So that's just one of the shows that we'll be able to see. The Understudy, this is actually written by a Pulitzer Prize nominee.
That's right, Teresa Rebeck. Very funny. It's a story of an action hero who comes to Broadway and his understudy. And it turns out the understudy, his ex-fiancée, is the female stage manager. And all kind of horrible things happen as a result of it. It's very, very funny. Very
now, in addition to that, one that many people are very familiar with is Steel Magnolias.
Sure. Most people know the movie, but it actually began as a play. And Robert Harling wrote this play about these hairdressers where there's no such thing as natural beauty. And we have some delicious characters. And again, we have extraordinary actors coming to work with us.
Now, talk to us a little bit about The Wool Gatherer, because this is coming to Cape May, but in an updated form.
Exactly. William Mastrosimone is the man who wrote Extremities with Farrah Fawcett. Some of your viewers may remember. And his first big hit back in the 80s was The Wool Gatherer. The Wool Gatherer refers usually to someone who's a daydreamer, but in this case, it has another meaning, which you'll find out when you see the play.
All right, and we'll have the opportunity to see that.
And he's coming. He's actually coming with us, and he's going to update the script so that it was written in the 80s, it will now be current in 2011.
We just have a few seconds left. Red is another production. This is a Tony Award-winning production. And then quickly tell us about This Wonderful Life.
Well, This Wonderful Life, based on the film, and of course, one-man show. And Red is about the artist Mark Rothko, and it won the Tony Award last year.
All right, a great season. And thanks so much. We can find out more on your website. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
We've been talking with Roy Steinberg, Artistic Director for Cape May Stage. I'm Jill Horner.